guys, Mr. TTB here. I thought we'd do something a little bit different. Anybody that knows me or has joined me on any of my live streams, some of my other streams, anything like that, knows just how much of a fan I am of the Lego Botanicals range. I am not really a plant kind of guy, as my wife will most definitely attest to. I think during lockdown, I decided to go and spend hundreds of pounds on flowers and gardening equipment and all that type of jazz for them to die about 3 weeks later, because I'm not very green-fingered. But anyway, so I just want to do a little bit of talking about some of these, introduce them to you guys. You've probably seen them. Some of you may have them. Some of you may have thought, oh, I don't know whether they're for me. I'm not really a plants kind of person. I'm telling you now, they are some of the best Lego sets for the money that you can buy right now. Like, genuinely, they are phenomenal. And you can do some crazy rebrickable stuff with them as well, where you can turn the designs into other things. So I'm not going to spend long. I'm going to do some quick hits on each particular one, tell you why I like them. I'm actually going to start with my absolute favourite, which is this bad boy, which is actually a chrysanthemum. For years I always thought it was chrysanthemum. I can never remember how I used to say it, right? But it wasn't chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum, I think you used to call them. I don't know. Anyway, so this here is the Lego Botanicals Chrysanthemum. It came out in August of 2024. Its RRP was 24 and still is RRP $24.99. You will find it on a deal in some places. You will pick it up for cheaper in some places. But yeah, so August 2024, $24.99. It's kind of a bit weird. It has got detailed, and I mean detailed, replica and posable leaves. It also comes with these crazy vivid elements. Now, when I tell you in a minute what these are, you're going to be bamboozled, a bit like I was. So these are bananas, and they're different coloured bananas. So you've got clearly your yellow bananas, you've then got some of your orange bananas, and some of these elements, they're not bananas, I'm not quite sure what they are, but they're almost like claw elements. I've seen them in a multitude of colours, never in these kind of vivid colours that we've got right now. So yeah, the orange flowers, again made from bananas. Sorry, there was one at the top here which is in full bloom, and then we've got one in bud down here, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. And then we've got a couple that are just starting on the side here, which I really like. Again, it is, for all intents and purposes, an amazingly beautiful set. The colours, I don't know if I can get it through to you guys enough. It is an unbelievable set. So how many pieces are we looking at? So it's 278 pieces. You know, it is a nice little set. Just so you can get a size reference, it's pretty much the same size as the box. And the box and the set themselves are 10.5 inches in height, give or take. And again, it's a nice 4 inches wide. So, you know, you've got plenty of wiggle space with that. I love the sand green pot on this one. There is a few others. We've got this one and this one and then this one. This one for me has got a beautiful base and a wooden plinth. So yeah, that is my all-time favourite. So that's the one we're starting with. We're going to move on now to the Plum Blossom. Now this is not to be mean. This is probably, oh, I don't know actually. Now, this was probably my least favourite, but that seems a bit harsh, because I actually really like this as well. I think it was quite tricky and quite finicky to get some of the pieces together. But yeah, it was a beautiful set, you know, again. So, again, came out August 2024, $24.99, same price. Some of the kind of standout features on this particular set for me is the woody stems. So as you can see, it looks very woody. There's no denying what it is. It is most definitely a plum blossom. If you've ever seen a plum blossom for real, you will know it is a very woody kind of stem with some bright vivid flowers on it. So that's kind of what this replicates, and it replicates it really well. It basically kind of replicates the iconic flora of a plum blossom. That's exactly what it does. That's what it's here to do. So yeah, again, similar sort of size, a little couple of inches bigger purely because there's one stem element here at the top. So this one comes in at about 13, 14 inches height, and it kind of stays within the 7-inch range. So at its biggest points, we're looking at sort of 7 inches in size. But yeah, again, beautiful kind of blue base, nice wooden plinth, and this gold rim that kind of follows through the entire Small Botanicals range. So yeah, for me, there's that one. Still doesn't beat this bad boy though. This is my absolute favourite. Okay, so next we're going to move on to, let's do the Lucky Bamboo. Now, I have to put it that side because I felt a bit weird having it that side. So the Lucky Bamboo actually came out this year, so January 2025. And believe it or not, I know despite appearances, when you look at some of the other elements that we've just looked at, despite appearances, this contains only 2 less pieces than the Plum Blossom set. And it is the second largest botanical set of the mini ones anyway. Obviously there's some bigger ones that we can talk about in another video, but we're just focusing on these small 4 ones today. It's simplicity. It is what it is. It is 3 lucky bamboo shoots. That is what you get. Anybody of a certain age, and me in particular, I remember my mum. Okay, my mum used to have the real stuff. So real Lucky Bamboo in her house. I think it was all the rage at one point, you know. So living at home, I grew up around this type of stuff. Not Lego. I mean, I grew up around Lego, but I actually grew up around Lucky Bamboo. But it offers something very different to the vivid colours of the Chrysanthemum, the kind of the woody, proper earthy elements of the Plum Blossom, and the vivid flowered colours. To this, it is 3 bamboo stalks of a few different green colours, but it just works. It is simple, genuine simplicity at its finest. This is a very, very close second for me from the Chrysanthemum, and I think that's more to do because it reminds me of my mum as well. So for me, that is a really cool set. That leaves us one more. Now, this one is the mini orchid. Now, there is a larger botanical set, which is the big orchid, which actually you're not going to be able to see unless I move quickly. You might just see it. It actually, if I move that box, takes pride of place just on the shelf between 2 modular buildings. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about the mini orchid. 274 pieces. This came out like the Lucky Bamboo in January of 2025. These were a month 1 purchase for us. We picked them up in the first month that they came out, purely because of everything else. As a matter of fact, I actually think we started with these and the Chrysanthemum and the Plum Blossom, and that was, as I said at the beginning of this video, not really a green-fingered guy, and whilst I love Lego, I was a little bit like, oh god, they're plants. So I think I started with, it was the Lucky Bamboo, it was that, oh, my mum used to have them. And genuinely, I remember having a conversation with my wife, Mrs. TTB, and I was like, my mum used to have them, I'm going to have to buy them. Bought them, started with that, loved it, we then got this, and then them 2 followed afterwards. So I can pretty much guarantee you now, botanicals will be a mainstay for Mr. and Mrs. TTB. We love them. They're bright, they're vivid, fantastic. So yeah, mini orchid came out January 2025. Again, price point $24.99. All of them, same RRP of $24.99. You will pick them up now on deals. There are plenty of deals to be had. Every now and again, you'll find them in the likes of B&M on a good reduction, £18, £19, you know, which is a really good, you know, it's 15-20% off RRP, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so you get 5, 1, 2, count them, 3, 4, 5 orchid flowers on this. You've got a nice kind of, I don't know the official Lego colour, but it's an almost light peach to replicate the flower petals, I guess you could say. So it's a light peach with, again, that fantastic, it's not vibrant, but I class it as vibrant because it's a really contrasting colour in the green. You know, you've got the contrasting green that really offsets against the other colours throughout the entire build. This was probably the most fiddly to put together. The Plum Blossom was kind of repetitive for the wooden plinths and getting them in the wooden stem, sorry, getting them in the right place. But the flowers on these are all kinds of hell to put together. Like there's a ring that sits behind each flower. I don't know. Let's see. We'll have a quick count. So if I can see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm talking from 15, 16, 17, 20, 25. We're talking at almost 35 pieces. Well, without the flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So almost 40, 80, 120. That can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 30. So we're looking at almost 30 pieces per bud. And there's only 274 pieces in the entire build, so that kind of tells you how intricate they are. But again, it comes with an amazing wooden plinth, the fantastic gold band that kind of sits around all of these. They're just fantastic, honestly. They are absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to bring them all together, just do a quick, put them back as they were, just so you guys can see them. You can get a good idea. You know, I have got an actual greenhouse, a very small greenhouse that I keep these in, and it looks really good from a kind of display purpose point of view. I may cut in just a quick shot of them all together inside the greenhouse once I finish yabbering on, which will be in about 20 seconds. So yeah, if you get the ability to pick these up, please do, because honestly they're fantastic. And for a half-hour, 40-minute build, you're going to love it. So yeah, and the rebrickable elements. You can build so many different things with these. Guys, as always, I'm going to cut in now quickly so that you can see what it looks like in the setup that I've got. As I said, yeah, so as you can see, we keep it in like this greenhouse effect. I really like it. I'm going to lift it up just so you can get a clearer view. Just turn that to the side a little bit. There we go. So it just looks really cool. It's a nice little display feature. And again, we've got the mini orchid, the lucky bamboo, we've got the chrysanthemum, and then the plum blossom. And we're back. So as you saw there, that's how we display it in the greenhouse, and it looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, as always, guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a nice big thumbs up. Leave a comment. I try and reply to all comments, good or bad. You know, at the end of the day, my content's not for everybody, and maybe you've got some good ideas that you can throw my way. Anything that we can kind of work on, I most definitely will. But yeah, I kind of like the Lego Botanicals range. Is there any more of the older ones or the bigger ones that I need to pick up, do you think? Let me know in them comments below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you on the next one.